All right. Entertainment. Drake named
Hey,
in
Drake.
lawsuit over inflated streams. Okay. Let me restate this. Okay. I promise. I don't like picking on Drake. Um, I think that there's a lot of lessons that we can learn while watching Drake. As someone that had, at least once upon a time, probably a lot of people would agree, still has it all. Um, and he just it's like a kind of a really like real time, really good real time experiment, or he provides insight into human psychology. Um, and a lot of Drake supporters and Drake fanatics are a great parallel for a lot of the sort of fanatics that we discuss on this show. Um, but I promise we are not trying to pick on this man. He's you'll see he's like kind of doing it to himself.
He fool
Self.
himself.
Yeah, man. But I think that this story has some implications that folks need to know about because around here we recognize that politics and culture there's a significant overlap. Um, and culture is what most people are tapped into. And reaching people who subscribe to the culture, if you will, that are reasonably aware of some of the biggest goings on in the country that aren't as polarizing, or maybe they're polarizing for different reasons. Um, you can engage with different groups, diverse groups, have different conversations, and learn about other people and their plight and their path, right? So this has been something that has been meaningful for me and Q in a lot of ways. And it just turns into a saga, but I promise we don't want to keep picking on this guy. We'd rather, pick the biggest stories as they pop up from time to time, as we do. But, anyway, Drake named in lawsuit over inflated streams. All right. And this isn't like a Drake did something wrong thing. It's just kind of like Drake has benefited more than many people may have known, at least according to this story. So I'll share. And then I definitely want to get you to talk about this, Q, because you've paid closer attention to at least this facet of it than I have. So from Rolling Stone, a new class action lawsuit against Spotify alleges the company has turned a blind eye to mass scale fraudulent streaming on its platform, and that one musician in particular has been the beneficiary of billions of fake streams. Drake. The suit was filed in California District Court on Sunday night, with rapper and cousin of Snoop Dogg, RBX, named as the lead plaintiff. While the most eye-popping allegations in the suit relate to Drake's streaming numbers, there are no specific accusations of wrongdoing against the Nokia rapper. Only Spotify is named as a defendant. Quote, every month under Spotify's watchful eye, billions of fraudulent streams are generated from fake, illegitimate, and or illegal methods, unquote, like bots, the lawsuit says. Such mass-scale streaming fraud, it continues, causes massive financial harm to legitimate artists, songwriters, producers, and other rights holders. Streaming royalties are paid through a stream share model where subscription and ad dollars are put into a giant pool with the money divvied up based on each artist's share of the total streams. Most of that money already flows upstream to the most successful artists and biggest rights holders. In this type of shared pool model, fake streams hurt other artists whose shares aren't inflated. And I would go into detail and break that down, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't need to. I think the article kind of explains how that works pretty well. But imagine a graduated system where if you don't get a certain amount of streams, you don't get any money. Once you get a certain amount of streams, you get some money. But if you get double that, then you get it's maybe like a logarithmic scale or something like that. Maybe, I know that's probably not the right word, but it increases exponentially. It's not like pay per stream, right? So it's incentivized. The more streams you get, the more money you get, right? All right. So I want to make sure that you can weigh in first and fully, and then I'll follow up with anything that you haven't touched on.
Yeah, just to complete the point that you were making, the more streams you get, the higher percentage of the money you get.
Hmm.
It's important to say it like that because, of course, the more streams you get, the more money you get, right?
Hmm.
So in your mind will say, yeah, the person that gets the most streams gets the most money.
Not
Sure,
really. Yeah.
but not the same amount of money per stream.
Yeah.
So, like Graham just said, the exponential growth of your share grows with you having more streams than me. So, if in a perfect world, we each get $1 a stream. Trust me, it's way less money than that, but $1 is an easier amount
Yeah.
of money to use than a fraction of a penny,
Yeah.
right? So, in a perfect model, we both get $1 a stream. So, your million streams would give you a million. My 10 would give me 10. It doesn't work that way, though. Your million streams might get you 70 cents of a dollar, where my 10 get me 5 cents of that dollar.
Right.
And that separation gets larger as your fake streams give you a higher percentage of the money made. If I can try to explain it as simple as I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. I got you.
Um, I guess what we have to do, Rams, because as someone stated to us, the longest L in hip hop history
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
just
bad look.
won't stop avalanching down the
Losing
mountain. It's this unlimited mountain
with a shovel in his hand.
that won't. It's like avalanching down, but with like a rocket pushing the avalanche further. Like it could have stopped, but no, we like supercharged the avalanche. Um, let's give some benefit of the doubt
Okay.
because these things are just being alleged.
Hmm.
So we don't know. Maybe none of this happened and all is well that ends well and have a nice day and thank you. Good night. God bless you. But man, Rams, like I remember we was talking and I think you looked at me and you said, man, why don't he just sit down?
Yeah. Just chill.
You know what I mean? Like just sit down. Like rap battles happen all the time. And with the exception of Ja Rule, because Ja Rule lost in a way we had never seen
Yeah.
until this.
Yeah.
Um, People just lose the battle and then you just get back to the money. Like it's okay, we
Yeah.
battled, you won. Concert season, festival season, new music video, new music, life goes on. This young man, and it's funny because Rams is pointing out the parallel to the sycophant community for this young man and another popular pop culture figure who we know about. They're so similar.
Yeah.
There's no way I lost fair and square, so it must be rigged for the other guy. However, I've been the one rigging it the whole time. Like the
Right.
parallels are insane.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
The original lawsuit that he claimed was the only way the other guy won was that the system was rigged in his favor.
Yeah.
And he's defaming me. I'm the victim. And now that it's been proven that it was legitimate and he lost, a counterclaim says, oh, you was the one rigging the system the whole time. These stories cannot write themselves, Rams.
Let me add something here. So it's not a countersuit. I know what you mean. It's not a countersuit. It's RBX.
A different suit altogether. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's RBX. It's not Kendrick. I want to make sure that's clear. And you're right. You know, he's accusing Drake is accusing Kendrick of having inflated streams. That's how he lost the battle. The courts say nothing to see here. Drake appeals that decision, doubling down, saying, no, there has to be something there. And then RBX has a lawsuit that he files in California saying,
no.
Drake
That part of his claim didn't even make it to the end. By the end of it was just defamation. And that was tossed out. And that's what he appealed. His botting streams thing never even made it past the discovery phase.
Got you. Okay.
And then here comes
RBX with this whole thing, man. You know, we had a conversation yesterday about AI and, you know, we've have ongoing conversations about.
Shout out to Allen Iverson.
Yeah. No. We have ongoing conversations about algorithms too. But, you know, we're living in a world that is rapidly changing and it's interesting. We get these little peeks behind the curtain. Yeah, the culture is evolving and we're walking through it with you, and we appreciate you walking through it with us.